One page is something we definitely didn't expect. This is a pretty wild connection that we found. This internal report shedding light on how Phoenix police officer Michael Martinez was caught in the first place. And it was because the sex worker he is accused of hiring was found dead in a suitcase in the desert 1 day later.
New tonight, we now know a former Phoenix police officer was one of the last people in contact with a sex worker found dead inside a suitcase nearly 3 years ago. In October of 2022, Officer Michael Martinez was arrested after soliciting a sex worker on his personal phone while on duty at the South Mountain precinct. According to his internal investigation report we now have, that sex worker was Jennifer Beede. The two met up for sex acts at the Hampton Inn on September 16, 2022, after he finished his shift. Martinez resigned from Phoenix police after his arrest. What we didn't know at the time is less than 24 hours later, Beede was found inside a suitcase in a desert area north of Phoenix, and after her encounter with Michael Martinez. She was fatally shot in the head.
Somebody found a woman's body in a suitcase. Apparently somebody was out there in the early morning when it was still dark out, from what I heard, and they saw a suitcase, and they decided to go back when it was more light out. And they saw a head and a knee sticking out of the suitcase, from what I was told.
The documents now reveal it was Crystal Hulsey and her boyfriend, Jose Jaquez, who are facing murder charges for Beede's death. The new information shows the day Beede's body was found in the suitcase, Hulsey and Jaquez robbed another man and took that victim's car. Las Vegas PD pulled them over, but the two fled, leaving behind a silver handgun. Documents show the silver handgun matched a casing left at Jennifer Beede's homicide crime scene. Security camera footage from the Hampton Inn Hotel showed that less than 2 hours after Officer Michael Martinez's encounter with Beede, Hulsey and Jaquez were seen on camera pulling a heavy suitcase down the hall toward their car. That suitcase matched the one Beede's body was in.
Hulsey and Jaquez eventually led police on a pursuit all over Arizona, only caught once they crashed into another car in Payson. The two are facing first-degree murder charges, and the state plans to seek the death penalty against them if they're convicted. As of now, their trial is slated for summer of 2026. Guys.
Yeah, it's an unfortunate turn of events for this officer being connected to the case, but he might not have ever been flagged for internal affairs were it not for her murder.
Correct, right. They only caught on to what happened with him because they were going through electronics and her cell phone, Jennifer Beede's cell phone, contact with people. That's how they got to kind of who she was in contact with and all of that. And then Officer Michael Martinez's number and text messages came up. And that's how this was all kind of put together. But of course, that all happening just hours, maybe an hour and a half before she was allegedly killed.
Wild connection in that case. Briana, thank you.
Yeah.